Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty. I look like Dark Side Kermit. Right? It's like, lose the glasses and then maybe we'll take you seriously. It's funny, evil characters in my D&D game sound like a Will Ferrell. Oh, you think it was fun to mess around in your mortal life, but now you will pay. I'm gonna roast your balls. Alright, guys, this is just an update. First off, here at Blue Table, we're working on a lot of really, really great projects. This Red Armor Dark Eldar project is about to roll off the line. By the end of this month, we should have this Ogre army that's insane. It's on square bases. Still got a lot of people playing like 7th edition Warhammer Fantasy. And so square bases, it's like 85 models just for the basic infantry. That's a lot of ogres. And then all the trimmings of monsters and everything else. It's crazy. And it's really cool when people want to do like this mega project with me because it's like an honor, you know. Yeah. By the way, I had my teeth cleaned today at the dentist. And, okay, so I got a list of things I want to cover. Why not? This is just filler until I get something to show you. I have and I do have something. It's a Thunderhawk. It's really amazing, but I gotta pin the wings on, so I've been kind of putting it off. Have you ever had a task where it's like, it would just take 10 minutes to do it, but you put it off for like a month? Yeah, one of those things. All right, first off, I have a trade-in program. And if you want to take the edge off a project or even have a project done strictly for trade, then show me what you got, and let's set it up. At least I can get some numbers. Usually I'll put numbers of different types too. It'll be like a web store credit, which is for stuff, service credit, a match service credit, which is the best one. I also take role-playing books. So if you have books, then awesome, let's do that. And as you can guess, I've been watching The Witcher on Netflix. I had watched season 1, but just as background noise. Like I just kind of had it going. I caught maybe 5% of what was happening. And now that they made season 2, I'm like, ooh, I better go back and like actually know what it is that I'm doing. And I've read up a little bit about the background of the stories. And I thought it was just a video game, but it turns out the video game is based on books by a Polish author. Next up, Dune. Dune is going amazing. I just ran my 4th session. I love the 2d20 system, which I've explained before on a different video. I like anything now that has successes to it, where you can be more successful than the bare minimum. It's interesting. Like it's not like, oh, you hit this target number or you didn't hit the target number, on-off switch. But successes are like, oh, did you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes? And there could be additional things that happen based on those successes. It's really great. It's really great. The Dune system, I'm going to be talking more about the Dune system. Let me tell you what. And it's just a variation on the 2d20 system. Because I was but I was understanding the Infinity system, which is also 2d20. Sometimes in my brain I get ahead of myself, so I miss the track that I'm on currently because I've already leapt forward 2 or 3 tracks. Dune, I absolutely love it. And I do run games online as a paid DM. And I'm just starting out. My rates are like super, super, super low. And currently, as of the making of this video, it's $50 for a 3-hour session. And I'm not doing it for the money. I'm only doing it to try something different. Because, I mean, it takes like 3 hours to prepare for the game. 20 to 50 hours if it's a sandbox, and I'm going to run like a bunch of sessions inside of this sandbox. It's a lot of preparation. And then, of course, the 3 hours. But I love doing it, guys. I love it so much. And my thing is just to run classic style Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I'm great at 5th edition. I could do Pathfinder as well. And yeah, I would just like old school. Like just get a group, be like, Sean, we've got our group. And I just show up. I do it on Roll20 and Discord. So Discord for audio. I'll create a little, what's it called, a Discord server. And I have my son to help me so he can wrangle, like if there's new players or whatever. And then Roll20 is just really simple. It's very easy to learn, and a lot of people have it. And it's the one that I know currently. I know there's other ones. Okay, so there's that. And again, it's like, I don't need to do that, but I love it. I love role-playing. I had a client slash friend of mine from England contact me about 6 months ago, and he's like, I'm really hankering to play some D&D. And the game that I started with him, basically, I set up the whole thing just around him. We do it at on his schedule, but it's turned into this really great game. An old friend of mine from high school is in on it. This other paid DM comes and plays in it. And I got a lot of really great ideas going, and it was a lot of fun. Okay, subjects. Oh yeah, hey guys, in the comments, give me things to talk about. That'd be really nice. Okay, in 40K news. Hold on a second. That's weird. In 40K news, apparently Eldar are next up, and there's all these leaks about Eldar, and I'm like, I'm going out of my mind. They're so cool. I love them absolutely so much. And they're just, the new models coming out are great. And about a year ago, I made a post of like my, not predictions for what they would do with the Eldar, but kind of a wish list. And I'm going to put that in the liner notes for you to read. Like, if I could just redo the Eldar Codex, this is what I would do. And actually, one of my ideas popped up that I wanted to have the Eldar Guardians to have a platform. Like instead of a weapons platform, it could have a shield on it. And apparently that happened. Okay, so yeah, give me subjects. Eldar look really cool. I'm really excited about Warhammer 40K. I think they're doing a good job. And, you know, the fact is, you just couldn't please this crowd anymore. It's like, well, it's not like the Star Wars crowd. The Star Wars crowd, you really can't please them. It's terrible. It's so bad. I've been watching Boba Fett, really enjoying it. I'm trying not to think too hard about it. What I do is I switch myself back to 13 years old. I'm like, okay, pretend, Sean, that you're 13 or maybe 16 years old and you're seeing this. Like, I would have been out of my GD mind just to see that. It would really be amazing. And that's the trouble, is that once you get older, that nostalgia sort of skews your perspective. Like, you can't have that magic again. You'd have to go do something completely different and be wowed by that and enjoy what's happening at the time. Well, we'll talk more about that in a second. In other news, I hope your expectations were like super low for this video. In other news, every year I set a goal to improve myself. I learn a new skill or I do something to make myself better. For example, in 2014, when I started it, it was health and fitness. So I hired a personal trainer to tell me how to lift weights and stuff like that. And I still do. I do at least half a regimen every week. And it's helped me. It's helped me stay healthy, gotten me in shape, and it's been really good. And then the next year I did wardrobe, where I learned to dress myself. I learned what different clothes, I know what herringbone is. And then in 2016, I did cooking, which has changed my life. 2017, I did barbecue, and then I had a couple of years off. I yeah, I did do something in 2019, 2020. Yeah, I think 20 and 21 I didn't do it. Oh no, wait. In 21 I did yard care, where I learned to seed a lawn from nothing. Like, here's bare dirt. Sean, please make a lawn growing here and just use these seeds. So I learned that. It's a dubious results so far. I mean, I technically did it, but it's a little lumpy. But I've heard that you really got to work on it for 2 years. You really got to fill in those gaps and let the lawn basically propagate. All right. Well, that's what I had to talk to you about. So don't forget, trade in stuff with me. Role-playing books would be amazing. I would love that. Get some numbers out there. And also, of course, right now I could add 1 or 2 projects to the queue. And you know, have you ever started in on something and then some years later you're like you didn't realize how much work you had put into it? And that's my crew right now. The BTP crew is really super strong. I'm like, oh, I just like years went by, and a lot of them have been around for years now. Like a big turning point in my life is 2016, where I moved to Salt Lake City. And of course, I started a different crew up here, and they're looking pretty good. They've gotten good over 3 years or even more. So guys, that's what I got to talk to you about. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I get a lot, by the way, I get a ton of great feedback. People pop up. I've been a fan a long time. They have nice things to say. Getting old clients back is like the most amazing thing ever. I have a really good current client list where it's just repeat customers. So my life is just so good, so relaxed. I'm really enjoying myself. Well, anyway, I gotta go get a pizza with my son and enjoy that. It's gonna be good. All right, off I go.